Today, in this second part of e-learning session, we will discuss some more theories about ShootApex organization. In the previous session, we discussed that ShootApex is the distal mode part of a shoot. It is meristematic, it is dynamic, it is organogenic, and we discussed a number of properties of meristematic cells. We also discussed one of the first theories proposed to explain the ShootApex organization, which was known as apical cell theory. Now, coming to some more theories about ShootApex organization. Theory is histogen theory, which was proposed by Hastings in 1879 to 83, and according to him, the ShootApex of angiosperms three distinct meristematic zones: dermatogen, periplum, and plerome. The dermatogen making the epidermis, the periplum is responsible for giving rise to cortex, and the plerome is responsible for the pith. Periplum also makes the vascular tissues. Now each of these zone has its own set of initials which are known as histogens, and that's why this theory is known as histogen theory. The main problem with this theory was that it was observed that sometimes the dermatogen zone cells, they formed cortex also. The periplum, it made cortex as well as some cells of vascular tissues. And similarly, some plerome cells, they may also form cortical cells. So because of these drawbacks, this theory was not accepted. Now, coming to next important theory, which was proposed by Schmidt, and it was known as tunica corpus theory. Now, according to Schmidt, the ShootApex is made up of only two zones. Now, these are the leaf primordia that I am drawing. The outer is known as tunica, and the inner one is known as corpus. Now, the tunica is the outermost meristematic zone. It is made up of parallel layered cells, the thickness of which may vary from 1 to 4 cells. These are smaller cells, and the cells, they divide anticlinally. That is, at a right angle to the long axis of the cell, anticlinal division. Now, the inner core of cells, the inner mass of cells, corpus, it is made up of larger, irregularly arranged cells which were dividing nearly in all the directions, thus making a mass of cells. It may be anticlinal division, periclinal division, or tangential division. Now, this theory had many benefits over the earlier theory, that is histogen theory, as this theory considered growth on the surface as well as the inner mass. Schmidt described zones of the meristems. He never stated that the tunica will give rise to only epidermis, or the corpus will give rise to only cortex and vascular tissue. So that type of thing was not proposed by Schmidt. That is why this theory was considered superior to the Histologian theory. According to him, tunica has got its own set of initials known as tunica initials, while corpus has got its initials known as corpus initials. There was no specific destiny allotted to these initials. One important observation was made by Majumdar in 1931 while he was studying Hordeum vulgare, and what he observed that when he stained the shoot apex with certain vital stains like fast green, then he observed then following zones were observed. Now if I name them, this was the central zone, peripheral zone, and the rib zone. So now, according to Majumdar, not only there were two layers, but now there are four layers. Outermost, tunica, inner corpus, in which again three different zones were found: the central zone, the peripheral zone, and the rib zone. He observed that the cytohistological zonation was very much clear. He called this central zone as Central Mother Cell Zone, CMCZ, in which the cells they divide in all the directions like this, especially in the cortical region. Now, coming to the next theory about shoot apex organization, it was named as mental core theory. And it was proposed by Popham and Chen in 1952. According to them, the shoot apex is made up of two zones, the outer known as mental and inner known as core. The cells of the mental divide anticlinally like this, sometimes periclinally also, while the core cells they can divide in any direction. But as you can see, this thing we have just discussed in tunica corpus theory. So the same controversy was raised by Gifford in 1954, 2 years after this, who said that this theory is nothing new except then the tunica corpus theory. But one very important observation that was made by Popham and Chen while they were studying the shoot apex of Chrysanthemum aurifolium was that they observed that when the shoot apex is large enough, it had tunica, corpus, along with peripheral zone, rib zone, and a zone of cells which were transversely stretched like this. And that's why they named it cambium like zone. Cambium like zone. Now this was the mantle as proposed by them. This is the mantle. This is subapical zone. This is the peripheral zone. This is the rib zone, and this is cambium like zone. They described three major criteria associated with this cambium like zone. The first, it was a feature of larger apices. When the shoot apex is of a considerable size, then only this type of zone was observed, though it was also observed in small shoots like of Arabidopsis and Conferia. Second criteria was, it was prominently observed during the mid to maximal phase. And the third criteria was that this cambium like zone was responsible for the elongation of shoot apex. But a lot of controversies was there against these criteria. Some other observations were made by different workers like Murthy Tell in Calotropis, Tyagi in members of Labiati, Bala in Verbenaceae members. They observed that the leaf formation took place by the pericardial division, which were occurring on the flanks of this cambium like zone. It was representing the differentiation of the nodal region. In Calotropis, on which Murthy Tell were working, it was found that the cambium like zone, it is representing the nodal region. The conclusion of this Mendel core theory was, firstly, this cambium like zone was observed where the node differentiation was clear cut. It is developing in the minimal phase to mid phase. It is not responsible for the elongation of the shoot apex. And it establishes the site of leaf initiation, as it is representing the nodal region. So these are some of the conclusions that we obtained from Mendel core theory. So today we discussed some more theories given by various workers about ShootApex organization. Now, in the third part of this e-learning session, we shall discuss the rest of the theories given for ShootApex organization. Thank you.